Okay, this is the components for Castle Panic. You get a nice board, very colorful, well designed. Information on outside all the boards. You have all the information you could possibly need, so you really don't need the rule book so much. So referencing certain things. Game comes with these nice order of play cards. They're really nice, so you can give each player one if you choose to, which the order of turn is on the board itself, but this is just nice so you can give it to players in advance. They can look at it before they play. And then you have these playing pieces. There are 49 of them. These are comes in different flavors. You got trolls, goblins, orcs, cards that the tokens that will affect gameplay when they come into play, like plague knights. These remove all your knights. One of my friends and my favorites is a giant boulders, because these things can destroy anything in its path until it hits a wall, tower. So you could literally have this thing going from one end all the way to the other end, straight through in one turn. This thing just basically comes in and wreaks havoc on the board. Of course, there's other things that will shift position of the monsters on the board, put more monsters on the board. Then you have these cards that come in play. You got bricks and mortar, which allow you to put another wall back up if one's destroyed. This one lets you destroy a creature and a swordsman of the blue color. If you notice, they all have different color backgrounds. And it also says on the card, this is a Green Knight card. It can attack any card in the Green Knight, any monster on the Green Knight circle. So if a monster is in here, you can play this one. It'll hit it. And the archer, anyone in the green archer for this, because they all got color coded. Each card represents a different color on the board where it can be hit and what circle. So the only circle that you can't destroy it in is the forest, because it's basically you can't see anything in the forest until it comes out into play. And of course, strategy is really important in the game. And then you get this little token here. It's a tar token for one of the cards. Got these nice three-dimensional kind of sort of towers. They're pretty cool. They're what you're trying to defend the game. They go in the center ring here, like so. And then you have the walls, which go around the castle. And these are also kind of like got a three-dimensional artwork feel to it, so it kind of looks neat. And these go around the board there. And you have these little barricades. These are to reinforce the wall, make them withstand one more damage point. And to make the game random, you have a dice that's 1 through 6 that tells which area the monster is going to come in through. So that's your components. A well illustrated book that shows everything you could possibly need to know, so you don't have any problems or issues. How does the game play? Well, essentially, you're going to set the game up like this, and you're going to have to put out one troll, 3 goblins, and 2 orcs anywhere on the board that you guys choose to before you guys get cards. So, you basically can. They don't start in the forest. They start in the archer range. So, at the maximum hit points. So, each one's gonna go in one area wherever you want. I just randomly throw them on the board anywhere, just to make it more random. So they're already ready to be attacked right away. So then, the way the thing is, depending on how many players you have, if you have 2 players, you get 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're face up so everyone can see what they are. Now, the way the turn order goes, you're going to draw up to your hand size, whatever it is. You can discard and draw 1 new card, so if you notice you got nothing, you could use this turn. So, which I have stuff to use, so I can trade with another player. It's optional. Now, once you trade, you can trade 1 to 2 cards. One card's usually with fewer players. When you have a lot more players, like 6, you're allowed to make 2 trades. So typically it's 1 card. But you then you play your cards. So the way this works is you could play all your cards that can legally hit a target. So right now they're only in an archer circle. So the only one I can do is probably I can either weaken the goblin here and kill it. The orc do damage and it'll still be on the board, and the troll do 1 damage and it'll still have 2 hit points. Well, your thing is you want to get points, so you collecting them. So I'm going to play my archer. That's going to go down. So once I can't play any more cards, I then will have to move all the ones that are on the board already. Then I will go through wherever you decide to do. I use this, and you're going to draw 2 new ones and resolve them in the order you get them. So the giant boulder came into play. So I roll a 4. Now this thing will just go straight through, hit this wall, and it's gone. So that didn't do anything good for me, but it's one of the encounters that are gone. And then I got a troll. I also do where I roll 1 die. And this one is number 4, so it'll come in play at number 4 here. At its highest hit points pointing toward the castle. So it's going to keep going back and forth. You're trying to basically set up yourself to where you can get victory. And all the while, you're trying to give your opponents cards that can help them so you guys can survive. So the way the game works is you're going to basically keep going through the steps and adding more monsters, destroying monsters, and trying to protect your castle at all costs. Now, once a creature ever does get into here, and there's nothing there, it will attack, destroy this wall. Now, this goblin only has 1 hit point, so it'll take the tower off once it gets there. Now, stuff like trolls, when they get in, if it's like this can destroy this, be at 2 hit points, and then clockwise to the board, it can start going inside the tower and destroying it internally. So you never want to get anything past the wall barriers if you can, but unfortunately this game is not likely to happen every game. Oh, so what's my final thoughts on Castle Panic? I really like the game. It works well with a lot of different people. This is a good gateway game for those that play mostly video games, because it's like a tower defense game and a board game, and it's fast-paced. Constantly stuff's going on. Everyone's communicating, discussing how strategies you should use to better defend your castle. You're constantly trying to one-up on your opponents, trying to figure out a strategy that they haven't thought of yet, and keep some of your best cards to yourself, all the while trying to do your best to defend the tower. Because if you basically don't defend the tower, even if you have the most trophies at the end of the game, you still don't win. So you basically always are going to have to think of the team, but at the same time, back of your mind, you got that I want to be the Master Slayer. You can play this game straight up cooperative, so you can leave out the Master Slayer element if you choose to. But it's really a tough game to win because you really have to work together. You really have to utilize all your cards, trade accordingly, discard when you think you got trash. It's really. But then again, it's really simple and quick to learn that kids can pick it up and learn. The only thing I didn't care for too much was the box art. Like maybe showing a castle with things coming at it and archers shooting down and stuff. It's just showing like the creature on the back of the tile. Doesn't really, I don't know, jump at you. But other than that, I mean, if you can overlook the box art, it's definitely a really good game to pick up and play. I think this seen a lot of gameplay from me and my friends, because my fiance really liked it. At first she didn't think she was going to like it, and then after we played it, she really liked it, and my friend Mark really enjoyed it, and it seemed to go pretty well with our gaming groups. So yeah, that's definitely a plus. This can see a lot of gameplay in our table. That's definitely a game that I would recommend getting.